When's the party?
March 30th, you guys. Funky sours. Yeah, there's a lot of weird beers.
Yo! We're at Brew Carre with Robert.
That's me.
I'm Jesse.
A little over 40 different beers, extremely weird. And just a bunch of really weird beers.
What's up, y'all? Here's Matt, NOLA Brew Bus. We got Robert here.
Nice to see you guys.
This is second year anniversary coming up.
Yep.
Wow, it's been 2 years. I remember back in March 2016, this place was empty. Me and Robert were drinking a Bell's Two Hearted Ale. I was talking about opening Brew Bus. He was talking about opening Brew Carre. And here we are. Now we've made, what, over 100 beers?
Yeah, we've done well over 100 different beers. We've been cranking them out. We're just coming off of Mardi Gras season for 2019. We've developed a really good team here. Still pushing out weird beers. Our anniversary is going to be on March 30th. We'll have a little over 40 different beers. Most of them are extremely weird, experimental. Lots of beers with beets in them, oyster mushrooms, some really funky sours, a lot of barrel-aged beers.
Nice.
Really stepping up our game this year as far as scheduling brews ahead of time instead of last minute.
Well, that's what happens when you get popular. You gotta keep the people happy, man.
Yeah, well, we've always been known as the most handsome and attractive brewers in Louisiana.
All right. So we have a new tour starting at Brew Carre. It's called Tchoup Hop Brewery Tour. As a thank to NOLA Brew Bus, he is giving our new tour at Tchoup Hop all of our customers 25% off his beer tab. Starts here and ends here, seconds away from Christmas Street nightlife. So, Robert, thank you for offering that to our customers.
No, definitely, man. I appreciate it. It's a good partnership. I know we've counted on a lot of the traffic you guys bring in for a while. Since we've always had that Chop-Tooless beer corridor, this side of the city is starting to build up our brew scene as well. So it's cool getting people that stay in the cooler over here, bringing them back and forth so they still see all the breweries and the ones has to offer.
Let's talk a little bit about IPAs. I know 26% all craft beer sales are IPAs. I feel like, if you're brewing, beer, and you can make a solid IPA, people will come to the front door, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a couple of, you made a few last year that we loved, Dad's Jokes, Trust Me It's Worth the Parking. I want to talk about a couple we have in the pipeline coming up.
Yeah, so New England Hazy IPAs, that's the thing right now. They're not going anywhere. So we actually have a bunch of IPAs on right now. We have Beat Beamer, which is an old school West Coast IPA that's made for your everyday parade drinker. We just re-released our double IPA, Falcon Warrior. That's the one where we pretty much started the brewing with. Cheers. So we have a beer we just brewed yesterday, which is Dad Jukes. That's one of the craziest New Englands we do. Double New England brewed with a hell of a lot of big secrets.
So about the party you guys got coming up, you got any live music or entertainment?
Yeah, so we'll be doing some live music. We have some friends and some local bands. We'll start to release all of that information on our social media pages.
I know you guys have a expansion underway. I know it's kind of hush-hush right now, but do you want to tease the folks of what's coming up with the potential upstairs?
Yeah, so for a while we've only had this small indoor facility where I think we fit maybe 20 people inside the tap room, and then a big beer garden. We fit about 70 people back there. For big events, we've always opened up the parking lot next door. We've been working really hard over the past few months to start building out the upstairs to where we'll eventually open that up to some more traffic, especially on the weekend. So it'll have seating for an additional 45 people up there. Rain would no longer be an issue. It'll be climatized. Everybody will have a nice place to hang out.
Let's talk about last year. What were your favorite beers you brewed in 18?
Ooh, man. So 2018, we started going heavy with some Imperial Stouts. Everything's a pants reference, so we had to go start off our first barrel-aged beer, which is our 2017 Big Boy Pants. It's an Imperial Oatmeal Stout that we aged in some Four Roses barrels. It came out great. Last year's rendition will be making an appearance at the anniversary. We released a beer not too long ago called Waffle Stomp, which is our pastry Belgian strong. Yeah, so everybody's doing pastry beers. We had to do something a little funky with some friends of ours. I stayed up the night before making about 30 pounds of Belgian waffles. There's a lot of weird beers. I'm in the Beet Lab. Our Beet and Sour Cherry Sour Beer was one of those ones where I had to push our brewers to do it with me. And after it came out, it was gone in just a couple days. So it was popular.
What about the Trust Me It's Worth the Parking ticket?
So we do have a double dry hop version coming out where we're taking a few kegs of Trust Me It's Worth the Parking and we're gonna just load them up with hops. This will be Trust Me It's Worth the ticket. We've all got them in New Orleans, so we might as well have fun with it.
The funny part about the names is that Robert mixed up his names before he actually brews the beer. So I think my favorite names are Celine Dion's Raspberry Sour, My Heart Will Go On. And then I also love the Tchoup Hop West Coast IP Ain't Mad at You.
Yep. Pomeranian Fight Club is staple. I think that's the name where anytime we go travel to festivals, they're like, oh man, we gotta go check out these guys because they have a beer called Pomeranian Fight Club. So that's where we do all our super funky beers. We'll be releasing our first bigger batch of red beer called Funked Up with the Gangsta Twist. So that's coming out in the next few weeks. And just a bunch of really weird beers. There's a lot that we're not even sure how they're going to turn out yet, but they're going to be fun to try.
Well, Robert's the perfect business owner to be in the funky Marigny neighborhood. If you weren't in costume, you were the odd one out. We had a great Mardi Gras, and here's to awesome 2019.
Yeah, cheers, buddy.